is the dumbest person in the world, but I am saying that the guy who came up with this idea for this rule better hope that the dumbest person in the world doesn't die. And we're going to kill it.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into an absolutely mind-boggling regulation from the Biden administration that could cripple America's energy sector. You're not going to believe this one. Senator John Kennedy is leading the charge to undo this ridiculous policy, and I'm going to break it all down for you. So make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Let's start with a little flashback. Remember back in 2019 when Joe Biden was running for president? He promised, guaranteed, that he would end fossil fuels. That wasn't just a campaign soundbite. It's been his administration's mission ever since, and now they're making it even harder for American energy producers to do their job. So what's the latest move from the Department of Interior? In September 2024, they slipped in a new regulation that forces oil companies to conduct redundant, costly surveys every single time they want to drill a new well in the Gulf of Mexico. Never mind that we've already surveyed the entire Gulf, over 311,000 square nautical miles, finding 4,000 shipwrecks along the way. Nope, Biden's bureaucrats say we have to do it again. And guess what? That means spending between $10,000 to $1 million per survey. Talk about government waste. Now, maybe the big oil companies can eat that cost, but what about the independent producers? These are the companies that provide a third of the Gulf's oil production. For them, this could be the difference between drilling or shutting down. That means fewer American jobs, higher energy prices, and more reliance on foreign oil. If that sounds insane, that's because it is.
In the waning days of the Biden administration, BOEM promulgated a new rule that says if you want to drill a well or build a pipeline, you've got to survey it again. This, of course, increases the cost of drilling, which, of course, increases the cost of energy because the extra cost is passed on to the consumer, which, of course, hurts us in our fight to lower prices. This regulation is just one example of why we're experiencing inflation in America today. My resolution would rescind this rule. I'm not saying that the guy who came up with this idea of this rule is the dumbest person in the world, but I am saying that the guy who came up with this idea for this rule better hope that the dumbest person in the world doesn't die. And we're going to kill it.
Enter Senator John Kennedy. He's calling this regulation what it is: bone deep, down to the marrow, dumb. He's pushing a Congressional Review Act resolution to kill this rule, and honestly, it's just common sense. But as Kennedy puts it, common sense is illegal in Washington. So will Congress side with the American people or continue down this road of destructive policies? Here's where you come in. We need to keep the pressure on our leaders to vote against this absurd regulation. If you care about energy independence, job security, and lower gas prices, now's the time to make your voice heard. And if you want to stay updated on more stories like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. It really helps get the message out to more people. Wow. So, what do you think? Is this rule just another example of Washington's war on energy, or do you believe there's some logic behind it? Let me know in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay informed, stay engaged, and let's fight for common sense in America. Take care.